was this. I was confident that something was going to get done because, this is not Daniel Snyder. This is Josh Harris. He got a guy by the name of Irvin Magic Johnson that's in his ear, and Magic is about winning. And Magic is
it's all that Irvin Magic Johnson, Bob Myers. It's all the basketball influence, right?
There we go. And those brothers are about getting it done.
And speaking about winning, to me, this puts a ribbon on a great offseason because the one vulnerability they had was Jaden Daniels sacked 47 times. And when you get Laramie Tunsil on the left side, draft Josh Conley on the right side, I agree. T-Mac was what put it over the top, but they had a great offseason.
So how many teams are you taking over Washington in the NFC?
The Packers and the Bucks, barely. Now, look, as it relates to Green Bay.
No Eagles and Lions.
Stop. You mean that's it?
That's it.
The Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Yeah.
Philadelphia?
No. You just talked. Jaden Daniels is probably the best quarterback outside of Jordan Love in the NFC, and he had a whole offseason with Cliff Kingsbury. You add Deebo Samuel with the aforementioned Terry McLaurin. This is an offense that was already in the top 5.
They lost 55-23 in the NFC Championship game. Where the Eagles go?
Where they went, that was ancient history. Look at all the defensive players that Philadelphia has lost. They're going to have at least 4 or 5 new stars. And when we get to a week from Thursday night and you have to put a Dory Jackson out for Darius Slay, and you also lose C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
You're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles defense. I'm talking about Washington's defense. They give up 55 points.
Right. So they added Javon Kinlaw, Von Miller, who doesn't have a lot left, but maybe they'll get 15 snaps a game. And they also drafted Trey Amos. So to me, their defense will be at least middle of the road. They're going to be a top 5 offense. So I think they're going to beat Philadelphia and win the division.
So a middle of the road defense. You're going to put them above Philadelphia, the reigning, defending Super Bowl champions, who still got Saquon Barkley, who still, the A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, got underneath school. You're an elite offensive line, if I remember correctly. You're still going to look at the Washington Commanders, and you don't even mention the Philadelphia Eagles. You mention the Detroit Lions and the Buccaneers. I'm sorry, the Packers.
You didn't mention the Lions.
Wait. If the 4 of us owned an NFL team, which, look, you're close to being able to do.
Adam's not so far behind.
No, he is not.
Way behind.
No, he is not.
And we did. Stephen A., who would you draft before Jaden Daniels? He may be the #1 player you would take to build a franchise around. And to me,
I'm not throwing any shade on him.
Right. So the definition of greatness is to make those around you better. And if we could score enough points to beat Philadelphia, that defense doesn't have to be elite.
I'm going to pass it to the great Adam Schefter by saying this. In the NFC Championship game, the shame of the Washington Commanders is that one could easily argue the only person who showed up was their rookie quarterback. Anybody else, a whole bunch of veterans didn't. And there are no questions about Jaden Daniels. We know who he is. We know what he brings to the table. Where's the help? And I'm not saying they don't have a good team. And I'm not saying they don't have a good coach. And I'm not saying Kingsbury didn't do a hell of a job as the offensive coordinator. What I'm saying is Philadelphia just gets open. Something wrong with you. Something wrong with you, Mike T.
Adam,
Go
how
ahead,
many
Adam.
teams would you take ahead?
Of the Washington Commanders, I think the Commanders are one of the better teams.
Yes.
But I think there are a number of good teams in the NFC. I'm not going to pick a certain team before they've played a game because every season is different. Right. All I can tell you is there's a group of teams in the NFC, including the Eagles, including the Lions.
That's right.
That are as good as the Washington Commanders. Now, Mike is doing
What's wrong
everything.
with him?
He's got everything but a cheese head on his head with Jordan Love and the Packers, right?
Because we love love. Because when you have a group of
we
receivers,
like love.
No, we love
we'll
love.
have more love for love when love shows up. When
He's
it
got
really,
Love
really
is the
counts.
best quarterback, and the Packers is the best team.
But the
here.
facts and the data guys say that they led the league in drops. They go out and get Matthew Golden, to me, who is the best receiver in the draft. You have 2 great tight ends in Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave.
Okay.
If he's healthy, I think he's as talented of a quarterback as there is.
Listen, he is talented. We're not questioning his talent. We're questioning his willingness to show up when it really, really counts. Because he certainly didn't do that against the Eagles in the postseason. There's a reason for that. Maybe not his fault, but damn it, that plays a role. And I don't want to hear all of this stuff about data. Data's important. It matters. But it ain't everything. You got 2 eyes for a reason. Don't tell me. Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield needs to be given a lot of credit. He's been absolutely fantastic. We get that. But Tampa Bay collectively, come on now.
You're on a heater with the hot takes right now, but I got some more news to get into. And Adam, I want you on this. So the Browns quarterback room continues to shift. They traded away Kenny Pickett to the Las Vegas Raiders for a 2026 fifth-round pick in return. Now, 3 QBs remain on the roster after they released Tyler Huntley on Sunday. Shefty, what does Cleveland's quarterback moves mean for Shedeur Sanders?
It means that he's exactly where he should be right now. He is one of 3 quarterbacks in the room. Joe Flacco is going to be the starting quarterback, and right now it's tracking for Shedeur Sanders to be number 3, which doesn't mean a lot going into opening day. It's exactly where people suspected he might be. He actually moved up a notch with the trade of Kenny Pickett to the Las Vegas Raiders. It's a long season. Cleveland, at some point in time, we think might get a chance to see what it has in the 2 young rookie quarterbacks, Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. But I think when they open the season against the Bengals, the chances are Dylan Gabriel is going to be the number 2. Shedeur will be the number 3. They've opened up the room by trading Kenny Pickett. And the truth of the matter is, for all the talk about the quarterbacks on the current roster, it might be more about the quarterbacks who could be on the roster next year, because this team, let's not forget, has double first-round draft picks. Its own and the Jaguars, not to mention 10 total picks in the 2026 draft after dealing Kenny Pickett to the Raiders for another 5th-round pick.
I will say this. This is great news for Shedeur Sanders, because Cleveland had given the impression, hey, we don't mind having 4 quarterbacks on the roster, when everybody was saying, what are you doing? It's really supposed to be 3. And so you trade Kenny Pickett, and now you've got the 3 that you have. So immediately, in the immediate aftermath of that putrid performance this past weekend, Shedeur Sanders basically, they basically said, hey, you're on this roster. We believe in you. We're going to continue to develop you. We have faith in you, et cetera, et cetera. So that shows you're not giving up on this kid by 1 second. That's a good thing for him. I think this is good.
Yeah, and let's take it a step further, guys. Like, I give him an A- against the Panthers, maybe a C- against the Rams, but that's rookie quarterback development. It's never in a straight line. And if I'm the Browns by the end of the season, they're probably going to be out of it. I want to know exactly what I have in Dylan Gabriel, who by NFL standards is woefully short. He's in the 97th percentile in terms of height. So to me, like, that's going to be hard for him to have sustainability. I want to know built right, and I think he has the ability to get there.
And it's a long season. At some point in time, the chances are he's going to get his opportunity to show. So it's up to him now to just do everything he can to soak it all in, learn what the game's about, absorb it, and be ready when he is called upon, whether that's November or December.
And in fairness to Shedeur, I mean, other than his poor performance this past weekend, he really hasn't done anything. I mean, he hasn't gotten in any trouble. I mean, he hasn't been saying the wrong things. He hasn't been a less than a model citizen focused on, being the best that he can be. He hasn't done anything. So I think that when we look at it, he's going in there, he's working hard, he's trying to improve every day. He's saying all the right things, trying to elevate his level of play. And remember, up until this past weekend, we did think there was a legitimate argument that he should have been higher on the depth chart than Dylan Gabriel, because he performed better against Carolina than Dylan Gabriel had performed in the preseason game against the Eagles. It's just that obviously he nosedived over this last week, and so the tenor of the conversation changed.
We got to go. Flacco will be the 20th different quarterback to start week 1 for the Browns since '99. Talk about